Okay, what's the problem? Let's go. So your boy's ready to fight. The other dude comes up, still talking shit. And then he literally goes, "What's that?" And points this way. And I'm like, I look, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to get punched, bro. Fuck, I shouldn't have looked.
Okay, BruKnows, what you tryna find out? How to get it back with a shawty in the house, baby. BruKnows, if you need to know how, said you wanna know how, you can find out right now, cause BruKnows, he knows. BruKnows, what you tryna find out? 3, 2, 1, BruKnows starts now.
Yo, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, guys, to the BruKnows podcast. Hey, we got some cheers. I'm super pumped, man. The guy that we have on the show here actually wrote you, bro, a little intro a little bit. You know, I had to peep the bio because I got to keep up with the man's accolades. So today I have Archie Colgan with me. Some would call him the mayor of University of Wyoming, you know, Cheyenne Mayor. He's a 5-0 MMA fighter, currently in Bellator. He's a Big 12 wrestling champ, Freestyle National Champ. He is the husband to Teslin and father to Quentin, his newborn. And he's the training partner to who I still believe pound for pound number one. We'll talk about that, right? But that shit was wild, bro. Anyways, welcome, Archie.
Bruno Nicoletti, thank you for having me.
Hey, bro, we got some
man,
cheers. I'm still
excited.
figuring out the buttons.
Hey, you got to.
So, bro, we've known each other a while.
Yeah.
Right? And I think what's really cool is a lot of us wrestlers, right, we kind of build this relationship just through seeing each other at tournaments. And it's like, oh, bro, you're always on the winning side. Yeah. You know, your boy was in there sometimes, bro. But what's really cool, man, and this is the first question I had for you. How are you enjoying the MMA career?
I love it.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, I truly, there's obviously some days where you have good and bad days where you wake up, you're just tired, you know?
Of course.
The grind gets to you. Just life gets to you.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation is. But, like, 98% of the time, even when I am in the middle of a camp and I'm tired and I'm fatigued. Yeah. Probably, I probably enjoy it more when I'm in camp than when I'm out of camp, honestly. Yeah. You know, I truly enjoy what I do. Like, when I'm in the middle of camp and I'm fatigued, my body hurts and everything, and I'm aching, like, I enjoy waking up to go train. Yeah, bro. When it's on the in-between time, like these past couple of weeks when I just got done with the fight, like, it's kind of weird because I don't set my alarm anymore. I just wake up when I wake up now. Nice. I like waking up set my alarm at 5:30 a.m., waking up early, bro, the grind. Go get that shit done. Like, it's just different now, but I truly enjoy what I do. How's it different from wrestling? I know... Same thing. That's why I wake up early. It's just a different like level of savage and just being up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And back then, you know, you had to follow somebody else's routine, but now it's kind of on you. What's different about that? Do you enjoy it more than wrestling? Because I feel like I'm always going to be, I don't know, bro. I can throw some hands, but I'm a wrestler at heart. I just like grabbing a motherfucker and slamming him, you know? Yeah, I like it more than wrestling. Yeah? Yeah. I honestly, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, you don't even wrestle in your fights, bro. It just throws hands. You wouldn't even think he's a wrestler, bro. I know, but don't get twisted. I'm still going to wrestle. I'm still going to wrestle. Bro, I remember we went to go work out. It was me, you, and national champ Ryan Deacon. Just name drop it, bro. I forgot. I just forgot how it be sometimes. So your boy starts off like, oh, I got to wrestle with these guys. Conditioning is a different monster, bro. Different monster. So yeah, your boy was getting taken down back then. But, hey, bro, that was a good time though. Ryan. The moment this dude Ryan put his hands on me, I'm like, he's winning this bitch, bro. I was surprised he didn't win it that year. Because the moment he touched me, bro, I was like, oh, this is different. Yeah. Because I wrestled like, you know, All-Americans. Like that felt different, bro. That dude just felt so sharp. Yeah, I remember the first time we wrestled. It wasn't the tie-up, but it was his defense. Like, when I shot in, because I can shoot in and get on anybody. Yeah. And I shot in deep, and I got on his legs, and I didn't finish. But it wasn't that I didn't finish. It was the pressure that I felt that made me not finish. I was like, and he's like moving. His chain wrestling is like poetry, bro. It's just straight from, like, one thing to the next. Same thing. I, like, shot in deep. This dude's already, like, working his way around the corner.
And I'm like, I really got to muscle this bitch. Even if you do get a takedown, you're dead, bro.
Yeah.
Dead.
That's what I thought too. I was like, I'm going to muscle him. And I tried to muscle him. I was like, oh, shit.
No, that just jacked, bro.
I'm like, he's strong too.
So now that you're training, man, did you know like martial arts beforehand or?
No, just wrestling.
Yeah.
I grew up watching boxing and MMA since I was like, 10 years old. I was always a big fan of MMA.
Yeah.
But like when I was a kid, I thought I would fight. But every kid probably thought that,
We all got the dream of the belt.
Of MMA, they're going to be like, I'm going to fight one day. Yeah. But it's not true.
Yeah.
And then when I got to like the college years, for sure, I did not think I would fight.
Right.
Like I wasn't set on that at all.
Other than postseason weekends or what? Did it go down in Wyoming?
you drink a little too many Busch Lights in Laramie, Wyoming, you gonna fight.
Some sophomore on the football team trying to press, bro. I don't know what this is, bro.
You gotta see.
No, that's cool.
No, for real. Like I did not think I was gonna fight.
Yeah.
And then like when we met back up after college, right? I was working Northwestern Mutual.
Exactly, bro. So what's funny is, I was an intern there for a couple of years. Nick Swanson, if you remember the name, actually introduced me to that. So it's funny how life works where, I wasn't even going to wrestle at Mesa, ended up wrestling there, ended up finding Northwestern.
Thank God you did, right?
Reverse engineering it. Now I run Hummingbird. So it's like, life is funny, but that was my question was, same thing with me. It's like, oh, you got wrestling skill. What do you do with it?
Yeah.
Right. And running into you there, did you know like, oh, I'm going to take up fighting? Or did you just get to a point where you're like, I'm not trying to be in this office anymore? How did that come about?
It was like, man, it was like a message from God, honestly. Like, the way that I met my coach and how everything.
Yeah, tell me about that, bro. I'm a big believer. Like everything happens for a perfect reason.
Yeah. So so when I graduated college, I had the position at Northwest Mutual to start, and I did do it, and I went 10 months or something like that. And business was actually doing pretty good. I wasn't that bad. But you kind of know how it goes in ebbs and flows, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it was going good. And
it's hard to translate it. But when you do, and you figure out it's just like hand fighting, it's just like repetition.
Yeah.
But
they were always saying how former college athletes do really well in this field because of the persistence and the understanding that you have to continue to do things over and over and over again, right? Pick up the call. Pick up the call. Show up to the meeting. All that stuff.
Saying the same shit.
Yeah.
The reason I'm calling you is twofold. The same shit.
Just like you do in wrestling. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I got this. And I was doing it, and I was doing pretty good. But I was just working out at just a normal lifting gym, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking of competing at all.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. I was done competing. I was set that I was done as an athlete. And I was just working out at the gym. And it's not even like, have you ever heard of True Fit?
Yeah. Right? In like Southlands or what?
No, it was up in Westminster. But
okay,
I was just it's not a big chain like 24, but it was just like
you're just getting your swole
workout in. And somehow I happened to run into who's my head coach now.
Yeah.
Who also wrestled for the University of Wyoming.
Oh, nice.
And who also, well now I can say also.
Yeah.
He was a professional fighter, fought for the UFC, all that stuff. Fought for, he trained under Trevor Whitman, who is Kamaru Usman and Justin Gaethje's head coach.
Yeah.
Right? So I just ran into him and he was like, hey, are you Archie? And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, hey, I wrestled at the University of Wyoming. I followed your career. He's like, yeah, that's cool. He's like, I found the UFC and stuff. And I was like, and like I said, when I was
you're just like, I'll roll up to a practice, sure, or whatever.
No, he wasn't even coaching like that.
Oh, okay.
He was just there. He knew all the stuff, but he wasn't even coaching like that. He was just there kind of just working out too. Yeah. And I was just like, hey, like, you found the UFC? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I've always been interested in learning a little striking. Would you teach me? Yeah. And he was like, oh, for sure. And I didn't have money really at the time. Yeah. Because like I said, you're building it. Yeah, bro. And you're building it. Yeah. So, your boy was $30K in debt because of my internship coming in, bro. So to eat, I had to make like $45,000 just to like pay the bills. I feel you. Like, it's a tough career, bro. I honestly think like as a job, being a financial advisor is the toughest thing you could ever do. Yeah, the shit was rough. Dude, just like, how much is in your bank account? And what's your social? Like, that's just the fact that you have to ask those two questions. Yeah, bro. And this guy wrestled at, Pomona
15 years ago, right?
And you're meeting with your mom.
And he was trash.
Your mom's best friend.
Yeah, your mom's best friend, and she's trying to help you.
I wiped your ass. What you
and she's trying to help you. You know, she's like, oh, I thought I was helping.
Yeah.
I'm like, taking these meetings without the intention of becoming my client is not helping me at all, you know? But so you just roll up and you ask him to start training you. So you guys just start hitting the bags, or what?
Really just to learn how to strike properly.
Yeah,
and we started working out and doing everything, and then eventually one thing turned into another, and then I found out like I was catching them hang of this, and
you're like,
I was like, hey man, you think I could fight? And he was like, for sure.
Yeah.
But if we're going to do it, we're going to do it
so
right.
at the time, did you know that you could step in and just fuck dudes up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had to like go train with some of these guys that were professional fighters or like high amateurs.
Yeah.
And just with the wrestling base alone.
Yeah. It's just like your striking has to be perfect. You know, like even rolling around, and I won't name names, but was even guys in like lower ranks of UFC, it's just like, damn. Like I'm in this. So like maybe obviously they can bang, you know, but it's like, well, if it's just wrestling, I got this, you know.
Yeah, you kind of go into this feeling where you think that because they're the professional athlete in that field, right, that they would have a little more resistance or whatever when it comes to the wrestling.
But it's the same. It's the same as back in the day.
It's less.
Yeah, it's
like,
less.
They don't know how to properly get up. They don't know how to properly land on the takedown, you know.
So you could just catch him on even the little shit, and that like breaks him, you know.
Yeah, but it is different because in wrestling you can't go to your back,
right?
Versus
that's how I be getting choked out, bro. I just straight like base up. I'm like, oh wait,
you like go to chop somebody's arm, like tight chop, and then he rolls to his back. You're like, why the fuck you do that?
So you know, like when you were wrestling, right? There's this like mental game kind of to it. I always felt like every wrestling match I had, I can't really like remember the opponent. It's almost like it's all in your head. Yeah. Did you ever feel that? Like, because I never felt like I maximized my talent. Yeah. And I'm sure you feel the same, bro. You're a Big 12 champ, you're national champ, but it's like senior year, last time to do it, right? So I'm sure you graduated with a chip. But at the same time, when you step and they close the cage, does it feel like a mat, like a wrestling mat? What does it feel like?
It feels different, man.
Yeah?
Like
more comfortable?
First of all, you're right. When you're saying the chip, like I left with a chip on my shoulder for sure.
And I knew, I know the real, you know?
Yeah. That shit hurt.
Yeah.
You know, when I left, that's why I said like I was done. I thought that when I was done as a senior, I thought you were going to win it that year. For all of that stuff. I thought you were going to win it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, bro. Just the way you were wrestling, and you were just hot, bro.
And I fucking choked.
It's all good, bro.
But
that's what builds you.
You know, that chip is still on the shoulder
today. Fit, bro. That ain't no shit. And D2, all right? So that's what's up. I'm chilling, though. It's D2. But
you know, I was actually going to say that. When I was on the way here, I was like thinking, what little compliment can I give to my boy Bruno? And I was thinking, for the fight name for my boy, I'm going to say Bruno Dream Big Nicoletti.
Yes, bro.
From watching from a far eye, right? The outside eye.
Yeah.
You know.
Never made it, bro.
Like in high school, you graduated in what, 14, right?
13.
13.
Okay. With you, bro. Okay. With you. But you were in finals and your boy's like struggling, you know?
Yeah, but I just remember one year it must have been our same year or the year after. I don't know. But I remember one of those years at the Wyoming Open. I pulled up and seen the bracket and I said, 157, Bruno, that can't be him.
Bro, because I was a little guy.
There's no way. And then I was like, well, that's not a common name.
Yeah.
That's not John Smith.
It has to be
him. It
has
to be him. But I was like, man, this boy probably got fat or something. And I pulled up to the bracket. And
like,
my boy's swole. And I was like, man, let's see how he can wrestle.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they put on some muscle. And
they lose.
Their body's not used to the muscle, you know?
And I was always like,
and you wrestled good. I was like, okay.
Fast twitch, bro.
My boy did the shit right.
But it's tough. It's tough going from like 106 as a junior in high school, bro. All-American at 174. That's almost like double.
Yeah.
You know?
Back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
The dream big, bro. Like,
bro.
You went from this
I got a notebook that's engraved. It says dream big.
Oh.
Yeah. That's wild.
This shit was meant to be.
That's how I started. Actually, when we started Hummingbird, that's the notebook I took the first notes on. The day I was going to quit Northwestern, I called Matt. He drove down. I had just been given my office. I had a black notebook, said dream big on it. I like that, bro. I'm going to start fighting just for the name.
Like we were saying.
Yeah.
You know, God works. Like,
bro,
there's no way that I just knew that, but I gave you that.
Like, but also, like, you know, even even with everything, I feel like, bro, if there was a list of top friends, you're up there. Like, I fuck with you heavy, but we've maybe kicked it like 3-4 times, you know? Yeah. But it's following each other's journey.
We had them junior duels.
Yeah, bro.
Fargos.
Yes. And then when we went out with Bryce and Alex. Who was it? Oh, yeah, Alex Derringer, bro. Yeah. I was wilder that night, too. But that was even before you were getting into fighting, right? Yeah. So you start training with this dude.
Yeah.
Hitting the bags. How did he get involved in a training? Now some of the biggest fighters in the game. From he's at Truefit just kicking it. Now he's training these dudes.
Well, I think maybe he was doing a little bit of training, but like bad class. Not training an athlete, but like bad class.
Yeah.
But like, you know, going back, I'm really the only person that he does train.
Right.
Like, it's just me and him.
Yeah.
And then I pop around at these gyms and stuff, but he's just like, it's just me and him, really. It's me
cool.
And him. I got other coaches, for sure, but like I'm his only athlete directly.
Oh, that's cool.
But he came under a direct lineage of Trevor Whitman, who is Kamaru Usman, Justin Gaethje, Rose Namajunas, their coach, right?
Right.
And so many other people. He coached George St. Pierre. He coached Shane Carwin. He coached Rashad Evans. He like a big lineage. A lot of names that you think that came through Colorado.
Yeah.
He coached them.
Okay.
Right. So he came under that lineage, and he just like. He made it so simple because he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
He made it so simple to understand striking
for
a wrestler.
Okay.
Like you go a lot of times you go to these striking coaches.
Yeah.
And they teach you as
they try to like break down everything that your normal habits.
Yeah.
Like even boxing, bro, exposing the hip. I can't. Bro. I always leave a little bit of hip back, bro, just in case. I just can't like twist it and like give you my hip. I can't.
It's different. So like he made it so clear on how I could properly strike and still understand why I'm doing it and the wrestling side of it and transitioning it all together.
And like, he just connects. It just sounds like it connects. You know, sometimes I could say the same shit, doesn't hit. Yeah. Somebody says it like this and it just clicks, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So are you affiliated with like a gym specifically? Are you at Easton, Genesis?
I do both. Yeah, it's Genesis is the team that I fight under when I do fight. But yeah, I'll pop in over to Elevation and I'll spar with
That's
those
cool,
guys,
dude.
and then I'll train at my jiu-jitsu at Easton's with my coach, Peter.
Nice. I've been to Easton's a couple times. They got some cool guys there, too.
You go to the Centennial one or what?
It was the one in, like, off of Bellevue. I used to go train with Drew Dober.
Yeah. So he's another one of my partners.
Cool.
Drew's good dude.
He's too nice. He's like,
bro, when you say that,
too nice and he looks too nice. Like, I'm just like, bro, I just like love you.
When I first met
nice
Drew,
guy.
We sparred together and we were like talking.
Yeah.
And I was just like, he was just so friendly with me that I was just like, man, this guy's fucking with me.
Bro, exactly. That's what I thought.
He's like, I know, I understand. You're big time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you,
I thought he was roasting me. I'm like, oh, you're fucking with me.
And then I started to know him, and I was like, oh, he's just that nice.
Yeah, dude.
I told him that like probably a month ago. I was like, bro, the first time I met you, I thought you were messing with me.
Yeah.
No, he's just that nice. He really is.
No, dude. And I feel like, you know, the community here in Denver's wild, bro. Like, you know, you're 2 calls away from the best to ever do it in this community, you know? Right. And I feel like, I don't know if you feel this way. This is how I see your story, right? So, Savage in high school, obviously. College, we probably all had the same experience where we're like, oh, like everybody's a state champ, I guess. You know, everybody's nice. And then coming into your own, like now you're ready to win this shit. You won, you know, nationals, like the was it freestyle or was it so you win that, bro. You win Big 12s. I'm like, this dude's going to make a run. Doesn't, right? Chip on the shoulder type thing. Now you're like lost, right? Like lost in space. Like, I guess I'm a financial advisor, whatever the fuck. Fine fighting. Then are you like signed with Ali right now?
Yeah.
So, bro, like, how did you land with, I know you're training at these gyms and these guys are local, right? How are you like in the mix, right? Because it's literally, I'll see some of these practice pictures. It's like you, Gaethje, Usman. Yeah. How did you like, was it just going to these practices and being like the best wrestler? They start calling you up or What was that relationship?
So, like I said earlier, that my head coach was directly under Trevor Whitman, who's Gaethje's head coach, right? So once we started actually training, which was actually cool about Gaethje, like he's a dope dude for this, because like my first amateur fight, I had not that much experience. I was just kind of a good wrestler who had heavy hands, but not really the best. You know? And my coach hit him up because him and Gaethje used to be training partners before he retired. Right? Gaethje was like early on in his career while he was later on in his career. So they were training partners. So they have a good relationship. And he just hit him up. He's like, hey, I got this guy up and coming. He's about to make his amateur debut. Will you come in just privately and just do a sparring session, just you and him? And
that's
he was like,
sick.
For sure. And then we came in and then we started to link up that way. So that's how I like first introduced myself to Gaethje. And then, you know, just like through my coach bringing me around Trevor and them. And, and then Gaethje was like, hey, he needed a direct wrestling partner. And I was like, I'll come wrestle with you. So then I started doing that. And then we sparred, and then we built a good relationship. And then eventually Kamaru transitioned over to Trevor, and he moved out here. And same thing with him. He showed up to a wrestling practice, and I think he probably thought he was just going to kind of run through everybody. Bro. And we know we slapped up because he's a D2 national champion.
Bro,
you know?
Nebraska Carney. Actually, I don't know, my coach, Larry Wilbanks, used to wrestle for Western. He actually beat him twice the year that he won it, and I just found this out. But you know how that shit goes, bro. And that's where it's like, that's the beauty of the sport. Like, one of the people I respect to death, Brandon Supernaw, wrestled at Western. Bro, I had 16 losses in my last 2 years. 8 of them were to Supernaw, and I was winning every time going into the third. This dude would just break me, bro. And I would fuck dudes up that beat him, and this dude would just break me every time, bro.
That's funny you say that because
hate him, but love him, bro. And I hated it. Never talked to him until we both All-American as a senior. I was like, and then we spent the whole night drinking together, me and him. And I was like, the whole time you're just like, but I gotta respect. He's my dad, basically, you know.
Hell no, don't say that,
bro. He beat me 8 times. 8 in 2 years, and I was winning every time. He's my dad. Sorry.
No, but funny you say that because I wrestled.
I come from that lineage.
When we were, is he the same year as you? So us, All right. So when we were seniors, I wrestled him. The first time ever at the UNC tournament. You know, the Christmas Classic. And I honestly, no disrespect, if you do watch this. I didn't know his name. Right? So and then I went out there and I was like running through him. I was up like 12-0 after the first period. I was running through him. And then he don't stop, bro. He don't stop. And I remember specifically thinking of all the matches that I like. There was a couple matches that I like edged out and won. You know, that was a hard match. I remember thinking like, man, this dude was a tough match. He just kept going.
He just had it out for me, like, and again, no disrespect, bro. Like, when it comes to technical, like, I was better on my feet, I was better on top, I was better on bottom. On paper, it just makes no sense. But this dude's a savage. And his head coach was my head coach's son. So, and Larry Wilbanks, my assistant coach, the one that wrestled with Usman, that was his best friend. And they were all, so these dudes are doing like back end bets, like drinking, you know, like talking about it. And this dude beat me every time. So respect to him, bro. He's now a teacher, you know, so it's like tough ass dude, bro. Tough ass dude. But, all right, bro, let's talk about one thing. Let's talk about this weekend, actually, bro. Let's talk about this weekend. And you might skip the line on these podcasts, bro, because I got to get this shit out. Because that was wild, bro. So, just to give you guys a little bit of background story, Archie trains with Usman. You guys are like, you're his go-to now of like training partners? Yeah. Cool, bro. And I saw Usman. Why is Usman's brother freaking giant, bro? This dude is so big. Bro, he's big.
Massive. He's huge. Like 260.
Scary.
You know, he's 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, bro. Well,
he's solid. Yeah,
if it don't work out, bro, you know, I heard the president's hiring because that dude looks mean, bro. Straight out of a movie.
Mo is for real one of the nicest, most genuine people ever. But off of first glance, you can see him.
Scary, bro. Scary. You know? So you fly out there, right? And you've been going on these trips. You know, if you ever even look at any picture of Usman online, you see Archie in the cut, you know, posing. He's like, you know. So tell me about this trip. The trip looked fun.
Yeah.
You're driving Lambos, bro. You're going from private jet to private jet, you know. What does the schedule actually look like when you're out there? Like, what are you guys doing? Are you kicking it? I know he's fighting. So are you like doing, you know, some fun stuff? What are you guys up to?
No, it's pretty laid back, like the whole day. And then he likes to train at the time that he would be fighting. So like 10 o'clock, at night. So really, we're not doing anything all day. You know, kind of hang around doing nothing around the house, you know, just bullshitting and getting a little extra workout in here or there, or go running errands for him, whatever he needs and stuff. And then come around 10 o'clock, you know, it's time to kick in. And then everybody, whether we are working out with him or not, everybody just goes down there and watches him work out.
Nice.
You know, a lot of times he needs me to go out there and like spar with him and stuff like that. But like even the people that don't, like his brother, you know, that's his hype man, you know.
Yeah, dude, he's a hype man.
Yeah. You know?
And what's cool though is you guys have like a similar story, you know. I think even when he started fighting, it was just like he was just a good wrestler.
Yeah.
That ran through people. Center. Yeah, just chilling.
I think Rashad came out here to train at the training center and then they ran into each other.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, I'm gonna need you to come out for my camp just for a wrestling partner.
Yeah.
He didn't want to fight either.
Yeah, bro. Now this dude's just fucking best in the world. So you guys are chilling, he's training, bro. Wild fight. Yeah. Wild fight, bro. I was getting ready to turn that shit off. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, it's done. It's done. How does that feel as a training partner? Number one, like something like that happens, right? And I know it's the name of the game, kind of like what we were talking about. Like, yo, super no, respect that dude. Yeah. And I loved Usman's post afterwards. He's like, man, I love the sport, because that's what it is. Last second, it could change the game, you know? So I fuck with that because I appreciate it. Like, oh, he's really in it for the game. And he's going to come back a bigger savage, right? But sure. I think we've all been watching this dude just tear through people. What was that feeling? And are you like, yeah, explain that to me. I wouldn't even know. Are you putting yourself in his shoes? Like, how does that work going through your mind? Because I think we were all like, okay, what are we doing after, you know?
Yeah. A little bit of all of it, man. Like, if you would have asked me this question probably, we're on Wednesday, 2 days ago, you know, Monday or Sunday, I wouldn't talk about it. Like, I got emotional about it. You know, not just as a training partner, but like, you know, put it in a situation where, you know, this is a guy that I admire, you know, so much. You know, I look up to him not just as a fighter, but, you know, as a father, as an athlete, as a friend.
Yeah, you guys are both African American, you know, same like kind of upbringing, you know.
Yeah, you know, he's born and raised in, well, except for when he was like 8 or 10 or whenever they moved out here. Yeah. But he was born in Nigeria. My mom is from Ghana. Yeah. Right? So, like, we have that African ties that we understand each other. Like, he's just an admirable person. Or admirable. Yeah. Is the right way to say it, right? But, like, aside from being the training partner. Yeah. You know, that's a guy that I look up to very much.
Yeah. He seems focused with everything he does and intentional, you know?
Yeah. So, like, when you see, like, I've always been a guy like that. Like, when Jordan Burroughs would lose when I was younger, it would hurt.
Like, I'm tripping, I would be
upset. Like, when
I woke up the next day, I'm like, what the fuck just happened, bro?
Bro, when DC lost his last fight, like, I still do fuck with DC a lot. Yeah. But, like, he was, like, one of my guys. And when he lost, I was like, man, I get, like, emotionally drawn. Yeah. You know? And so when he lost, you know, I don't know Jordan Burroughs. I don't know DC like him. Yeah. When he lost, I couldn't talk about it like that. I would tear up. And now it's like, I've seen how he's talked about it. And even in losing, he continues to teach me stuff. Yeah. Right? I don't think if I was in his position today, right now, as the Archie Colgan that I am, I don't think I could handle it the way he is. Yeah. But he has now shown me the proper way that a champion carries and wins and losses. Yeah. He's just an admirable person.
Well, and I think your whole team is made up of people like that, because even like looking at shots of the coach, it's like you can't hold the belt with dignity if you don't respect what happened, because that's the sport. Like, that's what draws eyes more than a fucking Super Bowl. Like, if you're down, like, that's not happening typically, right? So it's like, man, the sport is sick.
Yeah.
So everybody appreciates it, but it's like, whoa, dude.
If you were in a basketball game, a hockey game, soccer, basketball, football,
it's done.
Whatever,
it's a wrap.
And you got dominated for 90% of the sport.
It's done.
Right? There's zero chance you can win with a minute left. But in wrestling, boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, there's always until that timer goes off, there's always a chance.
Yeah, bro.
Right? Gaethje's always said it the best. He said, when you walk into that cage, and until the ref stops you and the time is done, you are in danger at every second.
That's a good way to put it, bro. Yes. And y'all kind of fight alike because y'all, I mean, Gaethje's an All-American wrestler. I haven't seen this dude wrestle a bit, bro. This dude don't be wrestling. He just throws heavy knuckles and large fists.
He's good at it, too.
Yeah, bro. That's wild. It's so crazy. He was a camp counselor. We used to go to the UWC camp.
I was driving up here, and I wanted to get a vibe of how BruKnows podcast is.
Yeah,
right?
bro.
And I was like, and then I was listening to you and your brother, and you were talking about how he was a camp counselor. So.
Dude, it was wild. And but even back then, you know, you could tell like he's being himself. You know, same thing with all these champions. I think they're being themselves. You know, and how does it work in the UFC? So like Usman lost, right? He gets a redemption shot, right? Is that how that works? Or
it doesn't always work that way, no. But from the sounds of it, you don't know until the contracts are signed for sure. But from the sounds of it, they're gonna run it right back. Yeah, probably early next year is what I would imagine. Yeah, and what it sounds like is kind of like over in England in his home turf. Okay.
That's wild.
He'll win his belt back out there.
Yeah, it was an inspiring story, I guess. I was like conflicted because it was like some people will say one of the best knockouts like fucking UFC history, right? But at the same time, I'm like, that's not how a championship fights though. Like, cool, you got the dub, but bro, to get work for 4 rounds, I'm like, all right, like, you know, the dude was like. I thought he was just like protecting his honor at one point, and then it was just instinct and it hit. Yeah. And when it hits, I guess.
I have a hard time with that because like I've watched, I think at least on a TMZ interview, Kamaru's already talked about it and said how it's a great Hail Mary. He did a great job. It's a beautiful shot and all this. I can't do that stuff for people. Bro. Like when, I'm saying I ride. Like when if Bruno Nicoletti, if me and you are best friends, right? And I'm on your team. Yeah. And you got business here, and then somebody opens a business across the street that's a competitor. Yeah, bro. You know, and somebody's like, hey, what about this? I'm like, nah, bro. Over here. So I can't even give him the props that he deserves off it because I'm like, nah, it's
until it's over, right?
On air and stuff because I'm just not that guy. But it's fuck you until
I feel it. That's team. That's kind of the SuperNos story. I'm like, I hate this motherfucker. Yeah. And then at one point you're like, all right, bro, you're just doing your shit. I got in the way.
When the belt comes back to Denver with Kamaru, then I'll be like, all right, that was a good knockout. Like, good props to you. Bro. But until then, nah.
Yeah, no, I feel that, bro. So I really do think, bro, you're a star of the making. Number one, they haven't even seen you wrestle, bro. You're just throwing hands here. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, why do you just go black like while you're fighting and it's instinct? Like, you choose not to wrestle. Are you just trying to show a different side of yourself too? Or is it like you're so confident like, oh, I'm going to pick this dude apart. Let me work on my shit that I need to work on. What's your approach?
I guess, so like, early on, before I even turned pro, I think I had the conversation with Gaethje. We've talked a lot about Kamaru, but Justin, even before Kamaru ever came around, Justin was also and still is like a big, figure in my life that has helped influence the fighter that I'm becoming. Yeah. Right. But he always told me like, hey, if you want to make money, to build, your name up and build some notoriety, you gotta finish people. Yeah. Right. So I took a lot of time in understanding my striking and getting good at it, especially my boxing. I'm still working on my kickboxing.
Those are wise words, bro. You look at Gaethje just spitting truth, Yeah.
But
his journey was like this. Whoop! Yeah. Just so quick.
And he gets like he's on the opposite side where he gets mad at me. Yeah. Because I don't wrestle. He's like, don't, bro. But why don't you wrestle? Why don't you take it now? Why aren't you doing this? And I'm
really?
Like, bro, because I'm trying to like, and he's like, no, go wrestle him. He's like, how much percentage of time did you wrestle in that goal? It's like, I did some level changes. He was like, you didn't take nobody down. And I'm like, all right, you're right, bro. So he gets on me because he's probably on the opposite side where he wants to see me make sure that I keep my wrestling and stuff, you know.
Yeah, because it's easy to lose though. Not lose, you'll always inherently know it. Yeah. But even like I've been training with some college kids here, and you could tell, bro. You could tell when you've been a year off from like consistent wrestling. You're just like, oh, bro, that would never have happened or something.
So like, when we were talking about Deacon, so that time that we wrestled with him, I was training with him like that whole summer. Yeah. And that was only like 2 years out from college for me. So I was still on point, you know? I was good.
Yeah, you were good.
And I had been training, so I was in good shape. But like my wrestling was on point.
Yeah.
And then this past year, which is another 2 years on top of that, so 4 years.
He comes back
and I wrestle him. Like, and I am, you know, significantly worse than what I was at strictly wrestling, you know?
Dang.
I was like, oh, shoot. He got to my legs a little easy.
You can feel it, though.
When I wrestle him, I make sure that it's always freestyle. I ain't doing the top bottom with him.
Bro,
I know he'll kill me.
I make sure I'm here to roll with you. Chill.
I am healthy.
I'll give you a good look, bro. But like, all right, because I could get the ego behind me too, and I'm like, oh, like nah. But then sometimes you just gotta rip like this dude. I'm not that level, you know. It's tough to even say that when it's something like a dream that I would have, but it's like, bro, sometimes you got to respect it. Yeah. And that's why I admired Usman so much, just to be like, I love this sport, but let's run it back, you know?
Yeah. You can get that back.
Dude, that's cool. So, what's it like, bro? It's almost like you're tasting, you're around a lot of great people that are at the top right now. You're kind of like tasting this life without tasting it, without being in it, which is such a awesome perspective, because by the time you're UFC world champion, but by the time you're a world champion, you've like lived this life over and over, right? So it almost feels like it was predestined.
Yeah, that was part of the, like, when I was thinking when I first originally went out there with Kamaru for the New York one, which is November, for Colby Covington too. Yeah. Right? I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, why do you bring me? You know, because I'm not, Colby Covington fights typically right side forward, so it's called southpaw. Yeah. Right? You know, I lead left. Yeah. Okay. Colby Covington's 6 foot. You know, I'm 5'9" on a good day.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
The airbag.
I'm like, so why do you bring me? And honestly, one, it is because when it came time for somebody to, because the champion needs a push. Yeah. Right? And when you're in a training session, a lot of people cower from that a little bit. You know, maybe they could push him right now, but they're like, man, but that's the champ. You know, they pull off. And I wasn't like that. You know, I was like, I'm going to try to get, he came here to get work, and I'm trying to give him the best work. I want to show him that I'm tough too. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And in doing that, I earned his respect, because he knew that, like, just because he is the best in the world, pound for pound, I know it. He knows it. I scroll on Instagram. I see it. Pound for pound. Kamaru Usman. Always. Right? I'm still
cool. It's a weird place to be, though.
And my best might not be enough. Yeah. But I'm going to give it to him. Yeah. And it would make him fatigued, tired. And he knew he got what he needed out of those workouts. Right. And I think that he knew, one, that if he took me out there as a training partner, that he's going to get the work that he needs specifically for that fight at that time. Yeah. And two, I also think that he is trying to, like, take you on the wing and put you on and show you what you can have if you continue to do what you need to do.
But dude, that's what I've always thought about wrestling. This is the beauty that I don't think any other sport will ever experience. Like, wrestlers are so much more open. Even like this, bro. I know it was like out of your way to drive over here, but it's just like a thing. Like, yeah, I'll help you, right? Because it's just like we did all of that shit for nothing. Like, who even knows? For real. Like, I don't know who's the Big 12 champ at 157s this year. I don't know. Was it Ryan Deacon? Are they in the Big 12? But it's just like respect for the hustle and the grind, and even like our stories. Who are we compared to whoever back in the day, right? Yeah. So it's almost like all the wrestlers, I feel like they even fell in love with wrestling because it was different than what other people were doing,
Yeah, everyone does football. Everyone, I never played, but I did want to play.
You could probably play right now. You have the athletic gift to go be a running back somewhere,
Yeah. So I don't know. Wrestling's just always been a little.
It's like a brotherhood. It's a cult, low key.
And over time, it is because over time it makes you a little bit different mentally.
Yeah,
and there's some good things that come out of it, like the hard work and the dedication and stuff that comes from wrestling, that you learn from wrestling, that we both have, and many others. But there's also some cons to it. Like food scavenging and I truly think I have a very bad relationship with food.
Yeah.
Because of it. Or just like anything consuming into my body. Like when it comes time to drink, you drink too much. When it comes time to eat, I eat too much.
I just think you're all in, bro. It might not be the rest. I'm the same way. We start drinking, bro. I'm drinking. We start rolling, bro. I'm rolling. I'm here to roll. So tell me this, because most people don't have that. That's the beauty of wrestling. Do you have a story when somebody, maybe coaches, whatever, just like, when you get to that point, you're wrestling somebody, we've seen it from the outside, we've been the person of just like broken.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I can stand up. I'm going to die right here. Have you ever had that? Or even like, getting taken down, let up, take down, let up. You're just like, what the fuck, bro? Do you have a broken moment?
It was like my probably first or second week up at Wyoming.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't up there, and we're doing the preseason workout. So we're not even wrestling. Yeah. We're just running sprints on the football field, stadiums, all this crazy stuff that doesn't include wrestling except for the hand fighting.
Yeah.
Right. So we're doing like, what are they called? Ladders on we go 10 yards back, 20 yards back. All the way down to like 50 yards.
Is this like a morning practice, or is this like y'all about to go wrestle?
No wrestling at all. Yeah. We are doing an hour and a half of straight running. That's it. Right? So we had the lift in the morning, and then this is the afternoon practice. So I'm running I'm doing the ladder. It's my set, and I'm coming back, and I got, the 5th year senior who is the starter 57 for the past 4 years.
34 years old.
And as I'm coming back, I just remember looking at him as I'm jogging back. And when you get back, you have to hand fight, right? So the job of the person who is fresh is to just beat the hell out of you. Just pull on your head as hard as you can.
Yeah.
And this dude's a master at it. I'm not the best at it. Yeah. And I'm running back, and I'm just like looking at him like,
and he's looking at you,
when I get back, bro, this dude beat the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Like, he had me so bad where, like, he'd, like, pull me and snap me down to the front.
Yeah.
And then he'd walk behind me and grab my shoulders and pull me backwards. And he was just, like, mopping me around the field.
Yeah, and you're coming in like Archie Colgan.
I thought I was
just a savage, right?
He said, no, bro. And then, like, he was beating me so bad that, like, I started to, like, black out a little bit. And I just remember my coach coming up and screaming, which still sticks into me to the day. He's saying, like, don't be a victim. Don't be a victim.
That's wild,
because I want to get out of it. I'm like screaming. I'm like, I want out of it. And those words still, like, in a lot of situations, they still stick with me today. Like, when stuff gets a little tough, especially in my career now with fighting, like, I'm choosing to do this.
Yeah.
Like, when I put myself into a conditioning session and I want to get out of it, I'm like, why are you being a victim?
Yeah. Why you're here? You might as well.
You picked it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you could leave right now. Go leave.
You could be a financial advisor right now. Why are you tripping?
Why are you tripping?
You chose this life.
You chose this. If you want to chase greatness requires X, Y, and Z. So go do it.
Dude, I'm fucking pumped. And it's funny how those things stick with you. Those things stick with you, bro. I remember my coach. I used to always just try to be like pretty boy. Your boy was always dressed up.
This is college or high school?
Yeah, the college, right? So Larry, this is the coach, right? And I like owe everything to him because he like separated for me what was ego and what was like true grit, work, yada yada.
Yeah.
So now I know the difference. So if I'm ever like using my ego, it's because I'm mean to. Like, I know the difference, But this dude in one practice, I never had cauliflower, tried to get it, got pliers, bro. I was trying to look tough in high school, couldn't get it. So then I get to college, I'm like starting to turn into like a handsome guy. Your boy's jacked, like you mentioned before, extra jacked. And I just decide I don't want cauliflower, so I'm wearing my headgear, right? And one live go, he pulls my headgear down and starts choking me. So I go to fight the headgear. starts punching me in the ear. I go to fight the ear, he starts choking me. This dude gave me cauliflower in one practice, and then at the end of that practice, just to break me, he made me go takedowns with everybody on the team, starting with heavyweight all the way to 25 pounders.
So by the time you guys,
bro, I thought I was going to like hospital, bro, and I was getting taken down by like third string 125 pounder. I'm just like flopping on the floor.
But I tie up with him and there's nothing, he's gone.
Dude, I will always remember that moment. And it's a different type of savagery. One cool thing, man, obviously I've been running Hummingbird. You know, if you guys don't know, Hummingbird is a tech company sponsored by Hummingbird. Allows you to book 15 to 20 meetings a month with ideal prospects on autopilot. Okay. Anyways, I've been running Hummingbird, and recently I got the chance to sponsor your last fight. So I was actually in Hawaii. I wanted to make it out. But your boy got the knockout with Hummingbird on the weed, bro. Right in the crotch.
Right in the crotch.
I'm so proud, bro. I show everybody that this is my guy Archie. Look, that's Hummingbird right there. But bro, what do you see? You know, because again, I think sometimes life just lays out this path for you, right? And now you're involved with some of the best fighters in the world. It sounds like you got good guidance from them and outside of them with some coaches. You got Ali as your manager. This dude's making, like, who does he not manage, really? Like, name another manager. I don't know. It's Ali. The path is laid out for you. What is the theme of your career right now, right? Is it just you're 5-0?
Yeah.
I heard a rumor that, like, Bellator is great because they pay their fighters, you know, but you don't want to get caught in Bellator because then you'll always just be Bellator and the money kind of whittles down towards the top, right? So, and I know now you're affiliated. You answer how you want, right? So what is the attitude you got to have? Because I feel like you keep going on this knockout streak, bro. Yeah. People are going to be pissed off because it's kind of like cutting the line a little bit. Same thing with like Gaethje. You start knocking motherfuckers out every time.
Yeah.
People are going to be looking.
I like the Gaethje approach.
Yeah.
What he did, you know, of pre-UFC, you know, he won 5 titles with World Series of Fighting, right? Which is now, you know, PFL. Yeah. Right? That's the same company. They just changed the name, right? Okay. So before he went to UFC, he was a 5-time defending world champion.
Wow.
I like that, you know?
Yeah.
Then if you decide to go to the UFC, you know, they had to pay him championship money to do that. Yeah. Right. And of course they wanted to see him because who didn't want to see him fight? Right.
This is like 21 victories, 19 knockouts. There's some wild shit, bro.
Wild.
Yeah.
Right, so I like that same approach. You know, as of right now, I'm signed with Bellator. Yeah. And my eyes are on the Bellator world title. I want to win that. You know? That's my organization. I'm eyeing everybody who's in that top 10. I'm like, all right, let me see what you got.
Right. You know, have you been training with Grant?
Yeah, of course. I was just with Grant.
Grant's the man, bro.
Grant's the man. He actually told me to
He needs to get on, bro.
He told me to get on.
He might be too big over here, bro. I be getting scared of Grant sometimes, bro. He got that.
Grant's probably one of the nicest.
Look in his eye. I know.
Grant's probably literally. I'm not playing what it says, but I really think Grant might be the nicest person out there.
Bro, when I had my boxing match, I don't know if you remember that, but
I do.
This dude pulled up to me and was like, bro, it's just the same shit. The lights are going to come on. It's going to feel like wrestling. Just do. And that stuck with me. And I went in there, bro, just worked this dude. I don't even know. I trained boxing, but like, I don't know how to box, bro. But this dude got pieced up. But yeah, dude, Grant's a cool guy,
you
bro.
You beat the hell out of that.
Yeah, bro, that's cool. He was a teacher, whatever.
Grant, you got to have him on sometime.
Yeah, bro, I want him on.
One of the nicest people ever met. Like, I consider myself a pretty nice guy, but I'm also like, you talk a little different. You know,
bro. You gotta come correct.
Yeah.
All right. And same thing with and I get this maybe differently because like I feel like you look tougher than me, and that's my personal opinion. Same thing with Grant because I like when I dress, you know, I'm like trying to be like pretty boy type stuff, so people be acting weird, bro.
I bet.
And you've seen the like alpha dynamics. You know when like guys mainly just start acting weird? Just weird.
Yeah.
Like maybe some girl walks in the room. Dudes are like breaking fucking walls. Like it's weird. Yeah, it's like, bro. But it's always cool to be like, oh, I'm not playing that game because I'll win. If I play, I'll win, but I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Why is it that the nicest guys in the world, bro, are some of the baddest dudes on the planet?
Probably because they understand what they're capable of.
Yeah.
Like, I think that a lot of guys just don't fully understand what will happen if I pick you up and slam your head onto the floor. You know, like you watch people fight.
Nobody's
like,
ever been
like,
picked up like this.
Crazy, then grab him and just slam him, and then dude's head lands on the concrete.
Yeah.
In a different situation, like he might be knocked out for 10 seconds and he gets up. In a different situation, you're life in prison.
Yeah, bro.
And
that's why you fighting. That's why you fight for real, bro.
And
we doing this shit legally like
if I was in a street fight and you throw the right hand, dude doesn't know how to eat a right hand.
Yeah, bro. It could be bad.
Concrete,
could be bad.
Life in prison.
Bro, that's a good way to put it. And that's why I actually, post-college, drama, bar, get in a fight, end up picking this dude up. Big boy him. We're in the middle of bottle service. I big boy this dude. All right, I got to tell y'all this story.
I got to hear the whole thing.
You have to.
You can't tell me the ending of the story. Dude had to have done something.
Yeah. I did a lot, but it was also his fault. Anyways, bro, so we're at this club, and this is like pre Bruno being married, whatever, right? And we got a group of girls. We got bottle. Yeah, pre, bro. Just so y'all know, I'm not a wild man anymore, bro. I'm a family man. But anyways, we're in bottle service. And we were at Onyx, if you remember Onyx. And Onyx used to do like the most ghetto shit ever, which is allow somebody to buy a bottle and like walk around with it, which is weird. Every other club, like stay in your section, bro. But at Onyx, they're like $100. You don't get a section, but you can walk around, right? So we had a section.
Yeah.
This dude walks around, starts handing the girl drinks. I'm like,
wait, so you're in your section.
My section.
He doesn't have a section, but he bought a bottle.
Exactly.
So he's walking around with his bottle.
And he handed the girls drinks. Yeah. So the girls start passing it around. And like good girls, they hand it to me, right? Because they're in my section. I take it. And as I'm about to drink, he's like, hey, you, that's mine. No. So I'm like, chug it.
Tripping, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, you're just... at first, I liked him, right? But I'm like, okay, whatever. Then later on, people are acting wild, throwing money, right? And this is before BruKnows doing well at North. I'm like, that shit's landing. I'll pick that shit up, bro. Pay the tab, whatever. So I got money in my hands.
That's some shit I do. Even if I had money, I'd be like, bro, you are
I'd be stepping on that shit, pulling it back, bro. But anyways, he walks up. He's like, I think you owe me that for the shot you took. Because I'm counting the money. Okay. I'm like, I got like $15. I'm like, bet. And I was like, oh no, bro. That was out of pure disrespect. And then I just looked at him and turned around. Then, bro, this guy approaches me like 20 minutes later with his friend. I'm assuming this is the tough guy of the group.
His friend.
Yeah, he was like, they were pressing me. Both of them pressing me, right? And so at first I'm like, oh, this is the tough guy. So I'm explaining to his friend what happened. Then his friend is almost on my side. He's like, oh, I would have done the same thing because I think all of us would. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, this the tough guy, bro? This the guy you're going to bring? This is the tough guy? Oh, y'all are fucked, bro. If this is the tough guy, he don't want it. And so I just started getting in my zone. And the dude comes up to me.
Which one? Bottle guy?
The bottle guy. Bottle guy comes up. The other dude backed off. He knew what it was about. Because even as I'm telling the story, I'm like, this is what happened. So what's up? Do you guys have a problem with it? Like, okay, what's the problem? Let's go. So your boy's ready to fight. The other dude comes up, still talking shit. And then he literally goes, what's that? And points this way. And I'm like, I look. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to get punched, bro. Fuck, I shouldn't have looked. And so I'm ready to eat the punch. I turn around, just kind of duck my neck a little bit, eat the punch, bro. But the moment he punches through, I come in with underneath, kind of like whatever that grip is called. Tie? Yes, bro. Underneath his crotch, big boy him, hold him up here, big boy him. Legs in the air, slam him on the table, break all the bottles. The dude tries to start getting up, bro, but he's slipping on all the liquor. So I just caught the back of this dude's head, and I'm just like, whack, whack, whack. And then security comes, kicks them out. But this is the problem. I didn't know they were like real motherfuckers. This dude's like also like 210, 6'4", big black dude, right? And then, bro, we just continue to party. Their crew comes up and they're like, oh, that was cool that you could fight or whatever, but that's not how we do it. We'll be waiting for you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever. We keep partying. Then when I go outside, you can kind of see through the glass. And these fuckers are waiting, bro. Waiting. And luckily I knew, like, the manager, they let us out the back. But these dudes were, like, gunning probably. But number one, stay in your lane. Number two, I know the boy's handsome. He can fight, you know. But, no, man. The last thing I want to talk about here with you. Oh, anyways, I got in trouble for that shit, so I don't be fighting anymore. Yeah, well, not that day. Some other shit happened. And then it was like, final check mark. All right, I can't be fighting in public too, because especially when you're liquored up, bro, like, who knows what could have happened, you know? Yeah, bro. That's why we stay out of that shit.
You know, we're family, what you're capable of when you're all liquored out.
Yeah,
there's a fine point where you know, you're like, all right, I can handle myself right now.
Yeah.
But if you take a little too many drinks, you might think you can.
Yeah, bro.
But
especially now,
you take that first step and you like stumble in and you're like, oh, I'm in trouble. I've been there where I was like a little too drunk. I went to go like scrap a little bit and I took a few steps. I was like, oh shit.
You're like,
I couldn't even see a punch coming. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
That's good though, because pride is the devil, you know, as J. Cole says, bro. The last thing I want to talk to you about, man, is congrats on Quentin. Congrats on your boy.
Thank you.
How old is he now, bro?
11 months.
11 months, almost a year.
Goes by like that.
Wow, bro.
11 months he's saying dada. He actually just this week he started saying daddy instead of dada.
I thought you were about to say Bruno. I was like, bet.
He said
BruKnows podcast. Daddy's going.
BruKnows podcast.
No, that's cool though, bro. Yeah. So is he walking and stuff, or is he crawling?
He's crawling really good, and then he can like grab onto something and shuffle along it, but he's not out walking on his own yet. Yeah,
I'm like honestly so curious how he's gonna grow up to look. I'm like, because your picture when you were a kid, you guys look exactly alike,
skin color and everything.
Yeah, bro. But I just like, I wonder, like, is he gonna be like black, or is he gonna be like look like me, or like what's going on? So I'm actually excited to see it, bro. Because
I don't know what his skin tone will be.
Because you and Teslin got different backgrounds, you know. Yeah.
He's gonna be lighter skin.
That's kind of like me and my wife. My wife's like white, straight from Texas, like family all in Texas, like white. You know. So I'm just curious. I'm like, you know, it's cool to see kind of like
how genetics work.
Yeah, bro.
Like he came out strictly the same exact nose as me.
Yeah.
So that shows that my mom's side,
that's where it comes from. Yeah,
you know? So I don't know. We'll see.
She's got some strong genetics too, bro.
She does.
She's got some strong genetics for sure.
Look at a picture of me and my mom. We're like,
or even a picture of you and Kirby, bro. Just like your cousins, bro. Your dads are twins, huh?
No, a year apart.
A year apart, but they're like identical,
twins.
Bro.
They look like twins.
And Kirby is just like the whitest guy too.
Yeah,
so it's awesome.
Me and him do not look. A lot of people we fuck with him. Like they'll say something like, "Hey," they'll meet us and you know we get to talk.
We're cousins.
And then Kirby be like, "Yeah, that's my cousin," and they'll look and be like,
"Nah."
But yeah,
he's fighting a little bit too, huh?
Yeah, he's had one fight. I went over there and cornered him. He did his thing too. He went out there and beat this dude up.
Dude, he knows. He knows. I remember I wrestled him back in Grandview.
Bro, I remember. Every now and then I'll get a Facebook memory.
Yeah.
Right? And it'll pop up and it'll be you commenting on, you know how you can just post on people's walls?
Yeah.
Like you posted on my walls like, "Hey, I wrestled your cousin last night."
Oh,
and
really?
And then I commented back.
Yeah, bro, I was a fan of you. I was a fan of you, bro. I do remember that comment.
Bro, you were bragging. You were bragging. Yeah, you were bragging.
Well, you asked, bro. I just told you the score. Right?
I was like, "Hey, how'd it go?" I was like, "Oh, close match." She was like, "Oh, I texted him, but he's tough for some shit." And I was like, "Come on."
You brought that up before. You're like, how you gonna tech him? But he's tough. But I was keeping it real. He was tough, bro. Your boy was just cutting 30 pounds to 106. Dude, I was trying to win a title, you know. But
he was all young. Come on, why?
Yeah, bro. Listen, bro.
Kirby ended up being he's doing his thing though. He might. Yeah. I don't know if he's serious about it or not. I hope he is.
Yeah.
Because I'll help him as much
Plug
as I
him
can.
in.
But I think he wants to fight, so that'd be cool,
bro. I think that'd be awesome, and he's gonna be a dad too, bro.
Yeah,
I know. I saw that.
That's wild. That's what I had to think for a second. I was like, damn, do people know about this? And I was like,
oh, shit. Yeah. I'm always in the loop.
Yeah, he's going to be cool. A dad. The gender reveal is coming up this weekend.
Damn.
So,
BruKnows podcast, what you're gonna do?
I'm saying it's a boy.
It's a boy. That'd be awesome.
I'm saying.
Bro, that'd be awesome for, your kid, his kid kind of grow up together. Yeah. How has that changed you, bro? Because me and my wife were married, we're trying. We haven't had kids yet. Does that affect the way that you think of yourself, your journey, what you need to accomplish? Because, now you're all in, bro. Yeah. You either got to be the champ and make these mills like your homies, or $40,000 a year and just get beat up twice a year on Fight Pass. It just kind of, it could go two different ways. So, now that you got this, is it a fire, or how do you describe having a kid? Yeah,
for sure. There's definitely... Let's just take it from my stance. Yeah. That's all I could talk about, right? From my stance, I wouldn't say. I say a lot of people think of the motivation side of it. I got this kid, I got that. Yeah. My motivation still is the chip on my shoulder. Yeah. Don't get that twisted. Motivation still is the same reason that I started doing it, because I truly believe that I have a lot more to offer than I ever have shown, and I believe that I'm going to be better at fighting than I ever was at wrestling. Right. But at the end of the day, that is like an extra little fire, right? Yeah. That's my little kickstart there for sure. Yeah. Because now I got to think about when I wake up in the morning to go train. Yeah. What I train for mainly is one, to be the best that I become in these crafts. Yeah. But also to make sure that I can return home in the same condition that I left home. Ooh. Right? So
now it's more a little safety when you're probably just shooting from the hip before. You didn't care, bro. You're like, I'll die tonight in the cage. Yeah, let's go.
It's the same thing with a street fight. And all that stuff. I have to reconsider those thoughts now. When I was 25, I didn't have them yet. At 25, when I was like, I'll get in the fight. I don't care. But now I'm like, daddy gets in the fight now. Daddy gets arrested. Daddy misses a couple nights. Eventually I'm gonna have to explain that. I don't want to deal with that, so I don't do that stuff. But one of my big motivations for sure isn't just to become the best fighter. That is one of them. Yeah. But it is also to make sure that I return back to my wife and my son.
That's awesome.
As the man who left the house that morning.
Right. Maybe a little. Swollen eye, but you're on good.
Yeah, all of that.
I haven't seen you touch yet, really.
Little stuff like that, but you know what I mean.
All right.
You go get
name drop for me real quick. Who's, because I know you be training, bro. Who's got you starry eyed ever? Because I haven't seen you stunned, bro. I only see this. Yeah. I just see you kind of going in there and you're really just showing out right now. Yeah. It's just like Archie doing his thing. And some guy getting beat up.
His name is Brandon Gertz.
Yeah.
Right. He fought and he made it. I think he was a title challenger and everything in Bellator. Yeah. And a really high level fighter. When I first started training, really just a wrestler who had a few months of striking. Yeah. And they just threw me to him. And I kind of thought that we were on the same wavelength. Yeah. Being like, I'm just starting. Yeah. And we're gonna stand this.
Oh, he probably knew, but he was like, no.
Yeah, bro. He ripped probably 3 or 4 body kicks.
Damn.
To my to the liver side, and I was doing a really good job of blocking them. Right. But look what my hands are doing, right? Every time I block here, what's that leave open?
Yeah, bro.
So I went and blocked, and it was not a body kick; it was a head kick, and it was wham.
Did it drop you though?
No, I didn't drop.
You got a fucking strong jaw too, bro.
You got a strong jaw, big head,
thick neck.
So I'm pretty blessed for that. But bro, I was like, I saw 2 of them, and I could see him, but I knew if he had rushed me, I was in some real trouble. So that was the only real time that I had been
dazed,
where I took the rest of the sparring off. I was like, man, I am rocked right now.
I need to go home.
Yeah, I was fine. Probably 5 minutes later, I was I was good to spar if I was dumb enough to do it. Yeah, but I'm not dumb enough to do it. I was like, nah, I need to rest. I need to chill. And then there's been other times where it's you've gotten a little, but that's really easily done. You can stand up too fast and see little stars, right? But you've been hit with a punch. I was like, ooh, that was a good one. Dude. But nothing that I was like, ooh, I need to sit out.
How important has it been? Because I think you and I talk about this too. You've kind of caught this, and again, it's almost like this trail that is like Archie Colgan's trail, you know? And the way I see it, bro, like, not only do I think you're one of the top prospects in MMA because you're going to continue developing yourself, but you got a lot of tools, right? And so basically where I was going with this question is, how important do you think personal branding is lately to fighting? You know, we were talking about Sean O'Malley, we were talking to Patty the Batty, like guys like that kind of popping off. And do you feel like you're one of those like characters, or do you just want to let the fight speak? I mean, what do you view about like King Colgan brand, you know?
It's tough, bro.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
I was sitting on that one. That's the only one I wrote down.
Man, it is tough because like I at the end of the day, no matter the money, I want to stay true to my morals and who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Right. And I do believe in that. You know, just by talking and having the people that I have in my life, like, you know, some of the people that we've talked about, like Kamaru and Justin and Gertz, and, you know, these guys are just true to themselves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you do have to sell yourself a little bit. Yeah. You know, you got to do a little extra every now and then. And I'm still trying to figure out what that is to me and what that'll mean to me when the times come and the lights get a little bit bigger and then you're on the main card of Bellator and you're you know, whatever it may be.
Like sold out stadiums, you know? Because does that shit affect it? Have you felt the crowd when you fight?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it, yeah. I like hearing the oohs and ahs and the...
Oh, dude. That's like that. Different.
I like that. I like that. Like, this last fight, that guy was from Oregon. Yeah. You know, so he had...
His crowd.
I had nobody there. I had my corner. I had my corner, and then like guys who might have looked me up on Instagram and stuff, been like, "Oh, I like this guy. I'm gonna go for him." But then, like when they said Archie Colgan, there's like, "Ooh," a couple. And when they said his name, there was like, "Oh, I can tell." It was like you can feel when it's like fans versus family. Like, I could feel there was families screaming for him. You know, they were like screaming with their lungs. And I was like, "Ooh, yeah, I love it." Yeah. But I was like, "You're gonna have to see this, Mom and Dad. You're gonna have to see this."
Put him on a poster, bro. Well, I guess right now, while you figure that out too, and I think you need, you know, limelight, like a lot of it to really find yourself. And, you know, I've been seeing you do a ton of interviews, you know, but it's different when there's like massive amount of people that actually care and follow it and follow like a storyline, you know. So no, that's really cool, bro. Do you know your next fight by chance?
I don't.
Sponsored by Hummingbird.
There we go.
Let me get on every time, right?
For sure.
All right, bet. Till the top.
I don't for sure know my next one, but you know, I'm hearing Grant. He's trying to fight November 18th.
Nice.
Which would be perfect for me. So I'm gonna try and jump on that. We'll both jump on it together.
That would be cool, bro.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to. I'm hoping for that. Yeah. For sure, at least one more this year, November or December. Nice. For sure, at least one more.
Like you said, it's probably good for you to just stay in that mentality, you know.
Yeah. I prefer it.
Even like that Patty the Batty dude, bro. Homie puts on like 100 pounds. It's wild.
He fights so 155 and then he weighs.
He's so fat.
He weighs 205 right now. Like, what
he's so fat, bro. That's wild.
And you see him like you know, like I saw
like a cheeseburger ad or some shit earlier.
I see some memes and I've seen like a side by side comparison of him and Chris Griffin, you know, the son. Yeah, and they look like twins.
Oh, they are twins.
Like I'm like, damn, bro.
He's a character though. I love when people's like personalities can shine. Yeah. Even like a McGregor, right, where it's just like entertaining. And even like this Jake Paul shit, like the Jake Paul shit's stupid, whatever. Yeah. That guy's an entertainer. He knows what he's doing.
I remember you were smart. You were Team Askren hard, bro.
Bro! Yo. Ben Askren, bro. I looked up to you for a long ass time, bro, and you know, you were one of my coaches, great wrestler. What the fuck, bro? That is impossible. That is, like, in my head, this dude's world-class athlete, bro. There's just no way. No way. They'd have to kill me. They'd have to pull me off. I'm like, I'm beating this dude's ass. Olympian.
Take into consideration a little bit. Yeah. Right? He never really took to the striking side.
But how do you get?
Well, come on.
But how do you get to 1 FC, hold a belt?
Because he's just that good at wrestling.
That's wild, bro. Y'all need to get your wrestling game on, bro.
That's embarrassing for y'all.
Y'all need to wrestle.
2, bro, he was like, he's retired off of a hip replacement.
I mean, bro, still, but
that being said, I remember you were all hard on it, and I was like, ooh,
bro, you do?
I thought no,
well, you could have saved me a couple of grand,
no,
bro.
I thought Askren was gonna win too.
I just thought it's impossible.
But then when he went out there and he did his little weird step to the center, I was like, oh, bro,
like my coach, even like Larry, right? We were talking about him.
Yeah,
one of the baddest men I've ever met on the planet, like just type of people, and he's not even like in any of these rankings of bad people. I was just like, Larry would beat his ass. You know, like my high school coach is probably beating Jake Paul's. It's just like a mental game.
Yeah.
But I guess when you look at it, like a Jake Paul has won mental games just in a different field. Yeah. Like to be a creator is pretty tough.
He's confident in himself.
Yeah, bro.
Like well, the self he's putting out there is truly who he feels.
Well, if you need somebody to train with Jake, I got you, bro. All right. I'm just trying to get in the... Bro, like those guys are... Jake, Logan, they're like marketing geniuses. I think we'll look back and it's, you know, the world's moving so fast lately, bro. We don't stop to look around and be like, Kamaru Usman is one of the greatest fighters ever, right? Like, you don't really think about it as it's happening. So, like, Jake is like one of the most innovative minds ever in marketing.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them, bro. It's wild.
Like, Logan Paul fought Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, and then now he's in the WWE.
Floyd Mayweather will go down as one of, if not the best boxer ever in history. And this dude he's a YouTuber, but, you know, that's just...
He was making Vine videos.
Like, this guy he's an athlete, but to fight Floyd...
Bro.
Like, come on.
And that's why I'm trying to encourage you, bro. Build a little clout because, you know, you get to skip the line, bro. Why not fight Floyd? I'll go get knocked out. Yeah. Like, that's just sick to even be in the same, like, pedestal, you know, or even same conversation. Like, what a wild combo to have.
I mean, Floyd beat me in boxing. He ain't going to knock me out. I'm not going to concede that.
That's what I'd be saying.
He might point score.
Maybe you, bro.
But
I'm going to just jump on that train.
I'm going to double leg his ass. Fuck.
Yeah, in MMA, bro, there's no chance. That's why that dude will never step because he's a little guy.
Yeah.
Same thing, Ronda Rousey, if you want the hands, bro.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I remember that back in the day, that was a big talk between people saying that Ronda would beat Floyd. And I was like, Nah, I'm still no.
Yeah, Ronda's not even beating my freaking, you know, just a grown ass man that does some shit, that lives some shit. You know,
I was like, no way.
There's
one
definitely
stiff
a
jab
difference.
by Floyd and Ronda's gonna sit down,
bro.
Like, no.
And same thing with her, right? Everybody was blowing her name up. Wait till like real women who've been trained to fight get in this, and that's why MMA is so crazy to me, bro. Because this is like the infancy. Like this is like the, you know, like Usman is like Dan Gable type vibe, but it's like, think about how Dan Gable was wrestling, bro. There wasn't this like scrambling leg riding. I'm excited to see, bro. They're probably about to let in like spears and shields in that bitch or something.
I hope not,
because that shit's wild.
I hope that they don't bring back the headbutts and the soccer kicks.
Oh, bro,
those are vicious.
Kicking on the ground might be. I would want to see it, but it's wild. So it's cool, man. So you're probably fighting November with Grant.
I hope, yeah.
That'd be cool.
For sure, one more time this year. And we speak it into existence. We said after my last fight, we're going to fight on the same card.
And now it's all Bellator? Are you just climbing the ranks though?
Yeah.
Because where were you before?
Eagle.
Well,
okay. I mean, technically, you know, Ali, being the guru he is, you know, the best manager in the game.
Yeah, bro.
You know, I can technically fight for both promotions.
Oh, cool.
Which is like not common.
Yeah, but get that bag, bro. But get the bag, you know.
As long as the bag is right, I'm going to fight.
We get the bag. You think I could fight, bro? You know, like a little bit, at least. Like I'm trying to take one fight at least, but at the same time, just check it off. Yeah, but at the same time, like I loved wrestling, but like a street fight, like I've never been more focused than when like hands start being thrown. Because I have a black belt in Taekwondo too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, and I did the boxing shit, and so I did karate. So I kind of grew up around that stuff. So your boy wants to get in there, but not with these squares that keep trying to roast me, bro.
Without all the Taekwondo and the extra boxing match, just the wrestling alone, you could take a fight.
All right, bro.
Now you want to start to take it a little more serious, then you got to learn all that other stuff.
Yeah, bro, that's tough.
I can almost guarantee with 100% certainty that you go out here and you take a local fight against somebody with just your wrestling base.
Yeah, I'm trying to do highlights like you, bro. I'm trying to do highlights.
You try to stand in big a little bit. You got to take that.
No. I need at least the content for it. But no, I'm serious. I'm trying to take a fight at one point.
If you do take it, I'd like to help you.
Yes, bro, please do. And also, again, your boys, out here wrestling, bro. Let me know if you need me because I don't be using it. I just be on the computer, I just be selling tech. So I'd be happy to be a part of it. But I'm gonna wrap that up. Anything you want to say to the people, bro? Because I'm going to remember this podcast when you're holding the UFC belt. I want to take a picture with it when you do get it. This is all in the making.
Yeah, I just got to say, shout out you for bringing me out here. I appreciate the sponsorship on this last fight.
Yeah, that was sick.
I truly do appreciate the support. I'm genuine about that. And if you guys want to follow the journey, it's King_Colgan, COLGAN on Instagram and Twitter. I don't really use Twitter that much except for funny stuff. But follow me on Instagram. And one day, we're here, 2022. We'll have to go, and we'll come back and run back the podcast.
Yes, bro. Every time, the bandwagon's full. You can try and run behind it. Archie Colgan, thanks for coming. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.